Did you want to pass your prop firm evaluation and get payouts? Of course you do. Everybody does. Everybody's talking about it. Welcome to Full Port Trading with your host for today, Donald Pepe Trump, the best trader, some say the greatest. But listen, this isn't just any prop firm. I'm talking about Apex. Very difficult, very elite, the hardest challenge in the game. If you can beat Apex, you can beat all the other firms. They're lightweight. They fold like Biden on a red candle. But first, let's find out if you're a profitable trader. Be honest. If you're not, don't worry, hit that subscribe button, because we're going to fix that. We're going to teach you all the strategies in the trading world, millions of strategies. But really, you only need one that works. And more importantly, you have to master yourself, because if you can't win the battle of you versus you, how are you going to win you versus the world? You won't. That's just the truth. Now, folks, listen closely. With Apex, you can pass the evaluation in one day. Yes, one trade if you really want to. I know it sounds beautiful. It sounds like magic. But let me tell you, it's risky, very risky. The kind of risk that makes even Jerome Powell sweat. You spend money on the evaluation, and if you go all in and lose it all, guess what? You just donate it to the firm. So that's a very generous thing to do, but not very smart. But if you're crazy like me, if you want to take that big shot, we've got multiple strategies coming your way that give you a better chance to make it happen. We're talking sniper entries, one shot, one kill, but responsibly, kinda. Now, let's talk accounts. Apex has a lot of them, but let's keep it simple. The 50K account, very popular. The 300K account, best value on the planet, tremendous. Let me break it down. At the time of writing, the 50K with the discount costs $33.40 for the eval and $140.00 for activation. The 300K with the discount costs $79.80 with the discount. And the best part, same $140.00 activation cost. So we're talking less than $50, 0 cents difference for 6 times the capital. So let's talk account size, profit target, drawdown, and max payout cap. For the first payouts, 50K has 3,000 profit target, 2,500 drawdown. That's 1.21 ratio, but 1,500 max payout. 300K account has 20,000 profit target, 7,500 drawdown. That's 2.67 ratio, but 3,500 max payout. Imagine you got 2 of those 50K accounts, you'll only get 3,000 in payout, and you're spending way more than one of those 300K accounts that pay 3,500. Better payout potential and better return profile. It's the account for the big boys, the ones who want to play to win, not just survive. Unless the 50K is the best deal for that prop firm or part of the strategy, you shouldn't be preparing for failure. You should be preparing to dominate. And the 300K gives you more capital and puts you in an environment with bigger numbers. That's how we win, folks, bigly. Now look, before you check out, I got something very important. Something nobody else is telling you. It's called a deal, a tremendous one. You want the best price, the best value, the lowest cost for the biggest payout? I got you. Use this code, FPT. That's full port trading, folks. You'll save up to 90%. That's right, up to 90%. Works on all accounts, 50K, 100K, 300K, doesn't matter. It's the same challenge, the same rules, but now you're smarter, you're saving. You're keeping more money for the real battle of the market. So again, the code is FPT. Use it proudly, and tell them Donald Pepe Trump sent you. Trailing drawdown, the silent killer. Now, folks, this is where most traders get wiped out, not because they lost too much, but because they didn't understand how trailing drawdown works. It's sneaky. It doesn't care about your feelings. It just takes you out. Let's say you have a 300K account, subtract 7,500 drawdown, that's 292,500 liquidation. You enter a trade, you're up 5,000, it hits your TP, your balance is now 305K. Drawdown still 7,500, but your liquidation price is now 5,000 higher at 297,500. But that's okay, you took profit at the account's peak. Now, imagine this. You don't close the trade. Price reverses. You get stopped out with only $500, 0 cents in actual profit. Your final balance, $300,500, 0 cents. Your trailing drawdown still at $297,500, 0 cents. And if your balance goes below that, you lost the account. Now, you're probably sitting there asking, Mr. President, how are we going to beat that? How do we not get destroyed by this evil, sneaky, trailing drawdown? Well, folks, here's my golden rule. It's a tremendous rule, a beautiful rule. And I believe every profitable winning trader out there, the real ones, they follow this. Whether they admit it or not, the golden rule, only risk 0.5 to 1% of the entire account per trade. That includes both your stop loss and your take profit because of trailing drawdown, folks. It's not just about losses anymore. You have to survive the retrace. Example, with a 300K account, 0.5% equals $1,500, 0 cents. 1% equals $3,000, 0 cents. So that's your risk window, $1,500, 0 cents to $3,000. Total between setup and TP. And let me tell you, I like to stay as close to that 0.5% as possible because sometimes you barely miss your TP and boom, it stops you out. Sad. Let's break it down. You go for a 1-3 RR setup. SL $500 TP, $1,500 combined exposure, $2,000, $2,000 within your zero. 5%, 1% range, $1,500, $3,000. Yes, beautifully done. That's a winning trade before it even hits the chart. Apply this golden rule to your own RR strategy. 1, 2, 1, 3, doesn't matter. Just don't break the rain, stay in the zone, stay funded, stay dominant. So let's say you did it, you reached your profit target, you passed the evaluation, you crushed it. Now what? Welcome to the road to payout. And folks, let me tell you something. This part, it's easier, much easier. This feels like a vacation, a payout vacation. And we love vacation. There are 4 stages on the road in a funded account. It only takes 2 stages to reach the first payout. Stage 1, trailblazing with discipline and strategy. Trailing drawdown still applies until 7,500 plus 100 buffer. Now let's talk trading days minimum. 8 trading days, win target 5 days with minimum $50, 0 cents profit to be considered a winning day or flipping day. Goal, win 5 out of 8 days. Losing days even $1, 0 cents is considered a trading day. You're allowed to flip 20% of your trading days for that payout. Next 30%, consistency rule, no single day can make up more than 30% of your total profit when requesting your first payout. Want the max first payout? Do the math. $3,500, 0 cents. Needed profit, $11,100, 0 cents. To reach $311,100, 0 cents total on a 300K account in at minimum 8 days or more. $11,100, 0 cents slash 8 days equals $1,387.50 slash day on average. And consistency rule cap equals 30% of $11,100, 0 cents. Let's say you hit your target for the day, $1,387, 0 cents. But then you see another great setup. Looks juicy, looks like free money. Should you take it? Maybe. But here's the key. Do not let your total profit for the day exceed $3,330, 0 cents. That's your cap. Cross that line and request, you're in violation. If you exceed it, it's not the end of the world. Let's say you did 3,500 as your highest trading day. Just divide that by 0.3, which is 11,666.67. That is the amount of profit you need to target or just lose a trade on purpose. Now listen, folks, you don't need to hit $1,387.00 every single day. That's not realistic. Some days, you might only get $1,000.00. Other days, you bag $2,000.00. As long as you're averaging out to the target and no single day exceeds $3,330.00, you're on track. You're fine, you're funded and focused. For flipping days, it's considered one just as you're about to request a payout. Let's say you did exactly 11,100 in 8 days. Just divide the profit with the days, then multiply it by 30%. Doing that gets you 416.25. You have a trading day that's below that and above $50. Then that's flipping. Stage 2, static mode. The calm after the chaos. You made it. You beat the trailing drawdown. You followed the 30% consistency rule. You dodged the flip traps. Now you've crossed the golden line. $307,600.00. Trailing drawdown is gone. You think it's time to go full port, right? Wrong. Just because your liquidation is locked doesn't mean you can yellow the whole buffer. There's one final trap, the 30% negative open P&L rule, and it's sneaky. You cannot have an open loss greater than 30% of your starting profit balance at any time, or you risk account violation. Even if you don't hit liquidation, let's say your starting balance is $307,600, 7,600 x 30%. So your open P&L loss must never exceed $2,280.00 at any moment. Here are all the examples. Stage 3, first payout secured. Why it gets 3 times easier, you made it through the jungle. You survived the drawdown, you obeyed the consistency rule. You got your first payout, $3,500. And now let me explain why this next stage is 300% easier. It's not hype, it's math. You had 11,100, you withdrew 3,500, you're left with 7,600. Your max payout cap is still 3,500. That's still your target, which 3,500 above the buffer zone. 7,600, 3,500 US, 8 days equals 437.5 per day on average. That is roughly a third of 1,387 per day during your first payout. Stage 3 isn't just easier, it's what I call auto payout mode. Keep it tight, stay consistent, respect the risk, and you'll be printing payouts faster than the Fed prints inflation. Stage 4, unlimited payouts. You beat the system, you've withdrawn 3 times total. You've proven you can manage risk and follow the rules. Apex says, congratulations, we're removing the leash. No more payout cap. The first $25,000 payouts, including the first 3, are all yours after that 90-10 split. You now have the blueprint, the real one, not the fluff you see from influencers with demo screenshots and rented Lambos. Your capital is out there. The prop firm doesn't owe it to you, but they'll give it to you if you earn it. If you're tired of getting rugged by inconsistent strategies and vague rules, subscribe to Full Port Trading. We break it down. We say it straight. We show you how to win like a boss. Master your edge, master yourself, and go full port the smart way.